Hello everyone, it's Evans Racing here and welcome back to another F1 2022 mod career as Kevin Magnussen in the Formula 1 Haas car. Where here today we will be going around the street, around the circuit of Monza for the Italian Grand Prix. So without anything else to do, let's jump straight into qualifying. So now we come out on our outlap now, coming through through the last corner now, where we're about to start our first flying lap of our session. We're going to speed things up because it's only our bank lap and we need to get used to track conditions and so on. Almost lose the rear end through the first two corners there. Flat out through here, braking, going through that chicane, now into double right hander now. Into the second bit now, and then flat out DRS open. Sergio Perez has put in the fastest lap time. Now we're coming through here and going flat out again. As you know, that this is called the tempo speed, as some F1 drivers know as it's known as. And we go across the line for a 1 minute 22.5, which currently sees us in P6. And now we start our second qualifying lap, where we see ourselves in P17. And we are slowly, well, we're actually the same. We're going to brake heavy into the first corner. We're going to use a little on the curb on the inside. We got a bit deep into the first corner there, but we do get a good exit and we're up by almost 4.5 tenths on our previous lap. So this is all flat out now. We're going to be braking about the 100-meter mark, using a little bit on the curb on the inside, not too much because otherwise you'll hit the sausage curb and you'll get floor damage, which is not what you want. Now coming through this corner going wide, using all the cover on the outside, you want to use all the cover on the inside as much as you can. And that's all flat out to the next corner, DRS opened, up into 8th gear now, hitting 205 miles per hour now. Braking heavy into 4th gear just about, and then don't want to use too much curve after you'll hit one of them tiny sausage curves will unsettle the car a lot, that make you spin. Max Verstappen sets the fastest lap time of a 1 minute 20.2, I think that was or something. Now we're coming through the last corner now in 4th gear into 5th gear now. Accelerate now, we're now up by 7.5 tenths almost. And now we go across the line for a 1 minute 21.4, something like that. And now this is today's starting grid for today's race. We've got Max Verstappen, who gets pole position. Then we've got Charles Leclerc alongside him. Then we've got Carlos Sainz, Hamilton, Perez, Russell, Alonso, Bottas, ourselves, Kevin Magnussen, P9, Joe Gagnon, Mick Schumacher, teammate, and then Daniel Ricciardo, Pierre Gasly, Yuki Tsunoda, Ocon, Lando Norris, Sebastian Vettel, Alexander Albon, Lance Stroll, and Nicholas Latifi, who finishes the grid. So this is our strategy for today. We will be pitting around lap 6. We're going to be starting on the soft compound tyre onto the medium compound tyre. We're also going to take some fuel at the car to make this car as light as possible. And now we go to the 5 red lights. And off we go for the Italian Grand Prix, and it's Max Verstappen who gets off to a decent start. We get off to a good start as well, and it's like 4 abreast at the back, but we take the inside line. Can't really see what's, and we're gonna stick behind the Alfa Romeo and the Mercedes driver of George Russell. And now we're gonna be stuck behind Valtteri Bottas for the time being. So now we jump to our onboard now. We are chasing down, and we're going to look for a move on Valtteri Bottas to go down the inside, and it's a great move by us. And now we're up into P8. We just dive it down the inside of Valtteri Bottas, and we've gained a position due to that. And now we're going to chase after George Russell, our current a current championship rival, well, season rival. So now we come breaking into this corner into 4th gear now, almost losing the rear end a little bit, and we just don't have the pace to catch up to Russell at this moment of time. As you can see, there's a gap of almost a second, so if DRS comes, we won't be able to use it because we're too far back. But now now Sergio Perez is trying to make a move on the 7-time world champion. He sticks it down the inside of Lewis Hamilton. He will now have the outside line, so has to go the long way around of turn 2, but he's going to have the better traction and the better grip, and he's up into 4th place, and we'll be chasing down Carlos Sainz next. And now Valtteri Bottas is having to go at us now, but we take the inside line, we're going to push him out wide as much as we can, and we stay in P8 for now. But he will have another go at us onto this long home straight, and as you can see, he's flying past us, no DRS or anything. This is just a drag race down to the first corner, and he's made the move on us, but we're going to try and stick it down the inside, and we're going to defend our position, and we're staying in P8. And due to that, it's led to him run the ball, and now Pierre Gasly has just overtaken him, but he's overtaken him back. Now we come through this little chicane bit, coming flat out now, coming up to the double right-hander, 4th gear, 5th gear. Now coming into the next corner, which will lead us on to the next straight. And now on lap 4, the 2 Ferraris are going side by side, and it's Carlos Sainz who tries to stick it down the inside, the outside now, and he gets a better traction, and that's Carlos Sainz up into 2nd place. And now we brake heavy into turn 1 now, using the curb on the insides of both corners, not much on the exit though. And our race engineer has told us to pit on lap 6 now, so we're gonna pit 2 laps earlier than we would have done. And now on the next lap now, lap 5, Charles Leclerc tries to have a go at his teammate now, and he has DRS, and he's flying past him before they even got to the corner. So that's Charles Leclerc back up into P2 now. And now we're slowly catching up to them. Well, I say slowly because we are still 3.5 seconds behind Fernando Alonso, who is somehow in the top 7. And now we're coming through this corner now, going flat out through here. And Zhou Guanyu's now behind us now. So I don't know where Valtteri Bottas has gone. We're going flat out through here. Most of it is flat out through here. Into 4th gear, keeping it nice and tight to the apex. Using all the curb on the inside as much as you can. And now on lap 6, Carlos Sainz has had a go at Charles Leclerc, and he's made the move down before the corner with DRS, and Carlos Sainz is back up into 2nd place. And now we jump back to our onboard now, where we will be pitting on this lap now. So we need to have a good in-lap, but as we say that, Zhou Guanyu is just flying past us as we're not even there. And now Pierre Gasly is going to have a go at us down the inside. So we're going to have to go down around the outside. We're now at the inside, but we defend our position and we stay in P9. But we don't manage to re-overtake Zhou Guanyu, and Zhou Guanyu is flying off into the distance already. But Pierre Gasly is going to have another go at us, but we're going to defend our position and he won't get past us. So we stay in P9 for now. And now we come through the last corner now, where we just don't have the pace to catch up to Zhou Guanyu. As now Carlos Sainz comes into the pit lane, and so do we. We also come into the pit lane now. So we will be coming in on lap 6 to fit our new set of mediums. Quite a slow stop from the Haas pit crew, a 3-second pit stop. Could have been better, but it could have been worse. So we're going to come out 10 seconds behind Carlos Sainz, who also pitted at the same time as us. So we've got a lot of catching up to do. And now we come on to the end of lap 7 now, where lots of people are coming into the pit lane now to fit their new tyres. So we will be gaining some positions here as we go flying past everyone. And now we're going to do a Max Verstappen. We're going to chuck it around the outside. We're going to brake very late. And it's Joe Garneau's just come out the pit lane. We're going to dive it down the inside. And we've made a position on him. But that's led them vulnerable because now Yuki Tsunoda is trying to make a move on Joe Garneau. But he just doesn't have the pace. So Joe Garneau stays in P14. So we dived it down the inside and we got the position, which is what we wanted. So it looks like the undercut worked because he was like a second or two in front of us, and now we've half a tenth in front of him. And now more people come into the pit lane now. Some people going on the hard compound tyre for some strange reason. But now Joe Garneau's trying to have a go at us around the outside, and it's just like he done before. He's flown past us as if we're not even there. And his teammate actually Bottas is just there. So the undercut has not worked on the other two drivers, which is not ideal, but we're going to have to make the most of it now. So we're going to have to chase after Joe Garneau and staying within that slipstream. Now Charles Leclerc trying to make a move on Carlos Sainz now, his teammate, and he's flown past him with DRS, and he's gaining, and he's got the position before the corner before they've even reached the corner. So that's Charles Leclerc up into P2 and Carlos Sainz down to P3. We've caught up to Joe Garneau now. We're using the ERS now. We've only got 20% left, and we're gonna dive it down the inside. We're gonna push him out wide, and we've got the position, and we're up into P10. We're into the points position now. However, there are still some more people yet to pit in this race so far, with a couple with only like 2 to 3 laps to go. But we are not within DRS range of Pierre Gasly, and yeah, which is not ideal because we won't be able to gain as much time as we want to with that. And now on lap 12 now, Carlos Sainz is now having a go at his teammate now. So the Ferrari is having a good battle, and just like all the other overtakes, he's done it before the corners even appeared. So that's Carlos Sainz back up into P2 and Charles Leclerc back down to P3. And now we jump to our onboard now, where Joe Garneau is going to fly past us once again, just like he's ever done. But we made contact. We have made contact. But it doesn't matter, because we're now in P11. So we need to stay with Joe Garneau and see if we can sort of work with him to catch up to Gasly and Valtteri Bottas. But as you can see, I don't think he's gonna work with us because he's trying to get away with us as much as he can. But we got Yuki Tsunoda who's right behind us now. We come into the next corner, keeping it nice and tight to the apex. Now using all the carbon on the inside. We will have DRS for this lap, so we're going to use some DRS and ERS, and we're going to be flying. We're slowly gaining and gaining on Joe Garneau and the other drivers. And now on to the final lap now. Charles Leclerc is having one more last overtake on his teammate, and he will be up into P2 now. But can Carlos Sainz have a late break? No, he won't break late. So that's Carlos Sainz down to P3. And now Yuki Tsunoda is trying to have a go at us. Down onto the second to last straight, but we brake much more later. We make a little bit of contact with his gearbox and my front wing, and we just don't have the grip around this corner. But we're going to have DRS and ERS right now. We're using all of our ERS. We've got DRS now open, and we're going to be gaining on him, and we're going to chuck it down the inside, brake very late. We do make contact and we do lock up. We go around the outside. We're going to have the better traction and grip, hopefully. And we're still side by side. We're using all of our ERS to stay in front of him. We're fighting for P11 right now. We've got Lando Norris right behind him. We make more contact now with his side pods. And now we're going to chuck it down the outside. And we lock up as well. But we've got the position and we're up into P11. And now we're going to break down through here. We go quite wide. And Yuki Tsunoda goes right to the back of us. And he's lost his front wing. So that is Yuki Tsunoda out of this race. As he now decides to retire his car. As he just strangely just goes into the back of our gearbox. Not our fault, he just goes back into us. And yeah. And now Max Verstappen's coming on to the straight now. And it's Max Verstappen who comes across the line and wins the Italian Grand Prix. And it's Charles Leclerc who comes into second place. Carlos Sainz in third. And that sees our podium finishes. And now we jump to our onboard now. Where Esteban Ocon's come out of nowhere. But we come across the line and we get P11. And we beat Esteban Ocon on the straight. And it's Pierre Gasly who gets driver of the day.
Talk to me. What do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team.
So it's Max Verstappen who wins the Italian Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc in second place after some really good battling with his teammate. And it's Carlos Sainz who comes third. So really good fighting, especially between the two Ferraris for that second place. And now we look at the driver standings where Max Verstappen continues to lead the driver standings with 316 points. Carlos Sainz with 254 points, which sees a gap of 62 points between them two. And now we look further down where George Russell overtakes us. So George Russell's now on 102 points. We're on we're on 96 points. So we've got a bit of catching up to do. But we're only 6 points behind, so it's not too much. But hopefully we can get him back. And now we look further down and we see our teammate still in P11 with 21 points. And now we look at the constructor standings where Red Bull continues to lead with 519 points. Ferrari with 471 points, which sees a gap of 48 points between them two. Mercedes looking comfortable in P3 and ourselves looking comfortable in P4. The Alpine have overtaken AlphaTauris and gone up into P6. And it's very close between the Alfa Romeo, Alpine and AlphaTauris with 1 point separating them all. So some really good racing throughout the whole grid today, especially with the two Ferraris fighting for that second place on that podium. But that is it for today, guys. If you have enjoyed it, please do give it a like. Please do subscribe down below for more racing based content. And I will see you in the next one for the USA Grand Prix, the American Grand Prix in Austin, where hopefully we can beat our teammate once again.
Summer